with head coach Nick Bootlid. And Nick, the K-Wings start the regular season on a high note. You finish it on a high note, and now trying to continue that in the postseason with Wheeling here in the next little bit.
Yeah, Wheeling is a team that we played last year in the postseason, and we only played 3 times all year long. But we're pretty familiar with some of their personnel, and I think their team's changed a little bit from this year to last.
You go back 2 years ago, you guys lost to Reading in the first round. You guys used that as motivation the following year when you beat them. Do you expect the guys across the locker room right now to be using that same motivation against Kalamazoo?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we took an opportunity away for them to go to the finals, so they know what type of team we are, and I'm sure that they're going to use that as added motivation.
Talk about coming in here. It's a Wheeling team you mentioned. We haven't played that much. 3 times during the regular season. We won 2, including a game here at the West Banco. How much do you know about the Nailers?
Well, I mean, you know enough. I mean, with the internet and other teams that are playing them so often, and then really systematically, they haven't changed drastically from this year to from last year to this year, and I think the biggest thing is personnel-wise. I think they got a lot more speed than they did the year before, and they're a fantastic transition team.
We can't talk too much about playoff roster until the league announces it later today, and you'll be turning yours in here in the next little bit. But I think the K-Wing fans will be pleasantly surprised on what's going to be in store.
Yeah, I mean, we took some risks, and we did that last year, and it worked out for us. And we're prepared to try and go for the long haul, and that's how we make our decisions.
2 things when you look at teams that do well in the postseason: teams that that are tough to match up against. You're a team that led the league in scoring, and then the other thing are teams that do well on the road. Kalamazoo 20 road wins. Only the Reading Royals had more.
Yeah, I mean, that's a testament to our team and keeping it simple. I think sometimes at home we try to be a little too fancy, but we've been a solid road team all season long, and that's to our benefit, and one of the reasons that we chose to start with the 2 on the road here in Wheeling.
Is it fair to say that you talk about home ice advantage, the crowd gets part of that, but the actually rink dimensions where Kalamazoo normally has that advantage at home, there may not be none, because the dimensions at West Banco are very similar to what we see on Van Ryck Drive.
Yeah, I think that both rinks are about the same size, and Wheeling does a fantastic job playing in their building. They have the smallest neutral zone that we play all season long, and then they got all that room behind the net. So they use that to their advantage. They know what it's all about. But we've seen them enough in the last couple of years that there should be no excuse for us in their building.
Playoffs fast approaching, and the first question, it's not if the K-Wings are ready for the postseason. When we talk to Justin Taylor, it's what did you do to your hair? Gotta take the hat off. I mean, we went from Simple Jack last year to Mr. T.
Well, I don't know. I always get a little bit excited when playoffs come around, and I think the haircut's a big sign of if you're willing to make yourself look like a little bit of a goof in a sense with the haircut. You're here for the long run, and nothing less than nothing is going to be acceptable than that.
Let's take a look. Let's take the side view of the hair. Did you take the knife to it? Was it clippers? What'd you do?
Actually, I went over to Juice across the street from the apartments there, and a nice young lady there hooked me up pretty hard, and she had some ideas, and she thought Mr. T was the best way to go.
Well, the K-Wings would pity the fool that would take them out in the postseason, and that would be Wheeling in round 1. 3-match of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. Do you guys look at that they may be seeking a little more revenge, or does it not matter because it's a new year?
Well, I think it's a new year. Obviously you can't forget what happened in the past, and obviously we beat them. We won the all the way there, so when it comes down to it, it's going to be a hard-fought series, and obviously no further will be taken because both sides don't seem to get along very often.
14 members of the Kalamazoo Wings with more than 10 goals this year. Only the Reading Royals finished the regular season with more. What does that say about the team as we go in?
I think it shows we've got a lot of balanced scoring out there on the back end and up front. And when it comes down to it, you can't worry about what happened in the regular season. You want goals from everyone, and obviously the team with more goals is going to get more wins.
With K-Wing assistant captain and forward Cory Lander. Cory, the K-Wings no stranger to this building. Last year, it seemed like we lived here at the West Banco Arena, battling on up for the Eastern Conference Finals. It seems kind of fitting that the K-Wings start the postseason run back here at West Banco.
Yeah, I think anybody that was here last year is kind of a comfortable feeling. The 3 games that we played here were pretty pivotal in the series, and ended up getting us to the championship round. So it's very familiar, and everything's real close here. It's it's an old town. Seems like it's kind of time locked, but like I said, it's very familiar, and obviously things went pretty well all in all in the series last year. So guys that were here probably feed off that emotion.
Talk about the guys that were here, and for both teams have a core set of guys, but majority of the rosters, both sides around, weren't here last year. So is it a new season, or does the Ken Wheeling pull that out as a little momentum to try to get a little revenge from a year ago?
Well, yeah, for sure. I think both rosters have changed a lot. I know they've got a lot of guys from their team last year that are in Gwinnett. We've had a big turnover as always in this league, and I think that it's fresh. I mean, it's familiar for those of us that have been here, and we'll use what the experience and try to pass it on. But all in all, it's a new season, so the slate's clean, and it's time to go to work.
Cory Lander starting to heat up at the right time of the year. We talked about, I think you were at 36 points. You got hurt in mid-December. Now you look at the second half of the season, second in team in scoring. And your line in particular, Darren Archibald's been heating up. Nick Sirota's been playing on a different hemisphere, and you've been eating up those points as well. The K-Wings really have 3 solid lines rolling into the postseason.
Yeah, and depth is very important, and you look at the scoring and the goal scoring, and it's even more spread out than it was last year, and that bodes well. I mean, you have 2 or 3 guys with 30, 35 goals, and then not as much depth down the roster, but that's not the case this year. We've got pretty even scoring all the way through, and our line's been playing well and producing. So we just look to keep it up and keep working hard and continue that.
Hi.